Good morning, Reject Nation. This is Greg Alba here.
John Old here.
We are going to watch the final trailer for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. I'm very excited for this film. Before we go into this, guys, wanted to mention we are on the Stardust app, people. They are not sponsoring this video, even though they should. But on the Stardust app, you can do 30-second reactions for films, television shows, and trailers. Often things that we do not talk about here on YouTube, we will talk about over there. Movies that we're catching up on. Sometimes we do little like micro sketches instead of doing a review. And you know, some people might complain that they're not reviews. John Bailey, but that's about it. Either way, it's a really fun time. By the way, you should check out John Bailey on there. I would love it if you guys can go follow us. There's a link in the description box, pinned comment as well. The community's really grown a lot over there. There's a lot of other YouTubers using it as well. So go follow us first, peeps. Anyway, let's do this.
And a 1 and a 2.
An address. What's that? A safe house in Paris. Why would I need a safe house in Paris? Should things at some point go terribly wrong, it's good to have a place to go. You know,
Paris is nice.
for a cup of tea.
Things won't go
brothers, my sisters. Jack Sparrow taking fast. My dream. We who live for truth, for love. The moment has come to take our rightful
Whoa!
place
That Voldemort snake?
Yeah, Nagini.
where we wizards were free. Join me or die.
The wizarding and non-wizarding worlds have been at peace for over a century.
Yeah. Looks beautiful.
Grindelwald wants to see that peace destroyed.
Great music.
You want me to hunt him down? To kill him?
Whoa.
Dumbledore, why can't you go? I cannot move against Grindelwald.
I love it.
It has to be you.
You don't suffer from motion sickness, do you?
I don't do well on boats.
You'll be fine.
Whoa! Forgot about those effects of Fantastic Beasts.
You know what I admire you, Newt? You do not seek power. You simply ask, is the thing right?
Oh yeah, the beast.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, oh, that's right.
The time's coming when you're gonna have to pick a side.
No, I don't do sides.
What are you gonna do?
I can do something.
Newt, you never met a monster you couldn't love.
Let's take it.
That's your brother?
Oh, cool.
I think that might have been the best moment of my life.
Brothers don't get along.
Don't get along.
You know, I don't know a lot about Harry Potter, but I'm pretty sure the young Grindelwald is the same actor who played him in the Deathly Hallows.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess
I
that
don't
makes
know
sense.
that actor's name, but when I saw him, I was like, I think that's the same dude, actually.
I kind of had the same thought you did, getting partway through this and being like, oh yeah, this is a Fantastic Beast story, and
Not
looks
just
like
the Harry Potter.
yeah, not just like a further extension of all the backstory of the Harry Potter world. Yeah, and so like I wonder if the beasts are gonna figure in it all. It just seems like such an afterthought at this point. It seems like mostly Grindelwald, and like Grindelwald is a pretty significant character in the lore of Harry Potter. I mean, everybody, you know, is freaking out about, are they gonna allude to the potential romance between him and Dumbledore and whatnot?
You know, I gotta say, Johnny Depp, you know, like, all personal thoughts aside, on what everyone has to say about him, and I know that it can be a distracting experience for some, especially, I feel like he looks like he's doing great. Honestly.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If he's gonna do a villain role, I hope he does a good one, and it looks like he's doing a good job, man.
Yeah,
Seriously, yeah.
It looks like he's very well suited to this character, and especially where he is right now, I feel like this is perhaps the most palatable thing he could be doing, because he's not in the best place in the public eye. So you know what they say, play a villain or whatever.
Oh, but the thing
with
that
Nagini?
that's her name. Even I recognized that. I was like, wait a minute. I didn't know. Was she a human before? I mean, is that in the Harry Potter books?
This is where I got to go back and retest my. I don't 100,000% remember exactly.
I mean, the biggest part is she's an Asian woman.
I know. Look at that, progressive
diversity. Yeah, she's the chick, the doctor lady in Age of Ultron.
Oh, hey, look at that. And
we all remember that character's name. Yeah.
I think she's probably best known for Marco Polo, which is a show I have watched all of.
Most definitely. I mean, that's cool. Yeah. Get our diversity train going.
That's a fantastic beast if I ever saw one.
Now, if we can only have Jude Law actually doing some gay stuff, everyone would be happy.
I know. Him and Freddie Mercury. I feel like the main thing I've heard about both these movies' ad campaigns is, where's the gay?
Yeah.
Which... yeah, it's about time, I guess, we were open about these things. And especially in Harry, I feel like, oddly, if that's going to be an issue, I do feel like they ought to do something with it in this movie, just because J.K. Rowling bothered to come out and be like, hey, this isn't super obvious in the books, but Dumbledore's gay.
And Newt's brother, is he a bad guy? That's the impression I get. It looks like he's working with Grindelwald. I mean, he says, let's get him, but I don't know. There's something about him that seems villainous.
Let's take him.
Yeah, I guess that would be my guess, and certainly for a Harry Potter story, that seems like the kind of challenge they might throw a significant character's way, but also he's in this lineup here, so maybe he's in some kind of double agent capacity, or maybe it's one of those things where it's like, you've spent time with Grindelwald, come help us out.
Oh, I feel sorry for Newt.
He's in over his head,
A lot of people find Eddie Redmayne very attractive, but it's very obvious he's playing the better looking, more charming older brother here.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah, and at one point I saw it looked like they were in some kind of World War I scenario or something. They were like planes flying over. They're in the middle of a battlefield. This is kind of fascinating to me because I thought the first one was pretty good, but had some stuff to build on. So I'm hoping that this can at least reach the heights, because it seems like what they really want to do is take this and turn it into something that can still convey a relatable and very timely message. I'm sure, it seems like they're going up against a figure who's not hard to kind of parallel into today's times.
The impression I'm getting, though, is I'm trying to figure out where this prequel evolution is going, because the first one wasn't really all that linked. This one's a lot more linked with having Dumbledore in there, and then the hint of Nagini. I'm imagining that this might segue with like the third or fourth. I don't know. They got like 8 of these brain litter or whatever. I imagine that it might segue into like having more of a Voldemort origin as well.
I could definitely see that happening. I mean, I definitely wouldn't put it past anybody to want to take a bunch of prequels and then find a way to connect them directly back into Harry Potter. And the thing is just that Harry Potter is so prolific, and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is a real book, but it literally is just an encyclopedia of different creatures. So,
and Groot is crossing over here at 131 into Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah, I guess that's a big thing. Is I'm curious as to where the title stuff is going to figure in, because this trailer makes it look like that could very much be an afterthought, unless Newt is going to use them as his. This is my multi-tool. Just I got all these creatures and they're going to help me in every situation fighting this evil dark wizard. But
they're probably supporting characters who are pushed to the side in this movie.
Yeah, which doesn't altogether not make sense, but still, it's kind of fascinating. I don't know. Yeah, but other than this stuff, I'm just excited to get back to the Harry Potter world. I mean, it's arguably my favorite part of the first movie. So.
Anyway, before we wrap this up, wanted to give a Patron of the Day shout out to a man named Taylor Bentley. Taylor Bentley is a young, handsome man that I don't talk with often enough. He hasn't replied back to me lately, and I think I know why. The guy got hitched, people. Not married. He just landed himself a hot girlfriend that he claimed is way out of his league. He has no idea how he got her. Honestly, man, I've seen your photos. You're a really handsome guy. You're a very charming, kind guy. It totally makes sense to me
sell yourself
how
short.
You got a hot girl. But if I were to give you a piece of advice, man, you got to get one of these luggages that Newt has, because women can be like beasts and they try to get away all the time. They're fantastic creatures, but sometimes you got to keep them stored away. That way you can keep them as your property.
Yeah, and if you've got a Newt case, I mean, think about it. They won't even want to leave because they can just live in your suitcase mansion. They got everything they need. Who cares?
Gosh. The shout out is no sarcasm at all.
Ever.
To all the women out there and the men who have heard this shout out, it is not sarcasm. It is me embodying Johnny Depp.
Everyone loves you.
You can't make jokes anymore, people.
You're America's sweetheart.
No, dude, congratulations on the girlfriend. Be really kind to her. Treat her with the utmost respect, because if she's way out of your league, you don't want to mess that up with being insecure, my friend.
And don't do a cameo in a weird movie with her that's going to get released and shoved onto DVD like, a month later.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Yeah, so just be as kind and respectful to her as you can. And, make sure to get her something good for Christmas. And don't let her dress too slutty for Halloween. Boys will want her. Anyway, guys, you can subscribe to the Reject Nation. Click that notification bell. Check us out on Patreon, TV show reactions, Q&As. Also, make sure to follow us on the Stardust app. It's free. Link in the description box, people.